What is happening, YouTube? Spectre here, slightly muffled behind a face mask. How are we doing? How is everyone doing? How is everyone dealing with this long, dark, wet winter? Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? Today is supposed to be one of the few dry days we've had in the past literally 3 months. I've already been rained on today, coming out. There's rain on the lens, there's rain on the visor. Love it, it's great. Great, 10 out of 10 work there, boys. But yeah, how are we all doing? It is December 22nd. It is the Winter Solstice today. The Winter Solstice was at about 3 AM this morning. Last night was the longest night. Today is the longest day. At this point of the year, the night is more than double the day. How fucking depressing is that? The day's like 7.5 hours, and the night is 8.5 hours longer than that. It's outrageous. Like other countries, do you ever wonder why Brits are so sullen and why we're so sarcastic and why we're so British? It's because this is what we have to deal with for like probably a third of the year. It's pretty bleak. But I will say the roads are relatively not bad at the moment, actually. We've had a couple of non-raining days. Lovely beetle there, I love seeing that go past. We've had a couple of non-rainy days, so it's like not as much of a slush fest as it has been. Oh, you should have seen, I cleaned this bike the other day. You should have seen the just clumps of mud and straw and like mulch that I was pulling off the bottom of it. It was disgusting. The solstice I always look forward to because it means we've reached the crest. We've climbed to the top of the mountain of shit weather, and we're starting the descent back down to like usable daylight hours and sunshine and warmth and all the good things. So we're over the halfway hump now. It's a little bit of a cock here in the UK because even though we're over the halfway point, it actually gets colder from here on out, and the coldest months, the end of December, January, February, tend to be the iciest, coldest months. But after those, when we get through into like March, it really starts to pick up from there, and I can't wait. It's going to be great. How has everyone's year been? We're obviously at the end of the year now. It's December 22nd. I don't know when this will get up, but it's December 22nd I'm filming. Have you done your Christmas shopping? Have you done your wrapping? Have you got your food in? I bet you haven't. I'm not too bad this year, actually. I've got everything done, I think. I've got one more card to make. I hand draw all of my cards, so like I've got one more I need to draw, which I'll do this afternoon. But I think I'm good now, beyond that. And if I'm not, it is far too late to rectify. So I'll just have to deal with whatever I don't have. But yeah, this year, it's been a weird one. I mean, if you've been watching my videos throughout this year, all 7 of them, or however many I got out, tragic amount, I've been, you know, it's been quite a shit couple of years for me. I've been like getting forced out of my job because of the remote working, not remote working thing, and my company generally being twats. So this year's been really rough, and I've like been facing that unemployment, and I've been oh, look at the sun, lovely. Yeah, I've been facing that unemployment. I've been facing the prospect of leaving not just my job but my career, because the sort of job I do, it's weirdly specific. It's like it's not a very easy thing to transfer around in, and a lot of companies have been in the same move that mine had, so the industry is like full of people out of work. But if you remember my last video, no it wasn't, it was the ride out with Cornish biker and our new friends on the Harley, links above, below, etc. I said then I was starting a new job. I've now been in that job for a little over 2 months now, about 2.5 months through my 3-month probation period, and it's going really well. It's going really well. The company seem really good, they seem really nice, the work's fine so far, the team's really good. I've integrated into the team quite nicely, which is not a guarantee for anyone, but it's certainly not going to guarantee when you're a remote worker either. But I think because we're all like predominantly remote or hybrid, it's a little bit easier because the systems are in place where interacting via like video calls and stuff is very natural and very part of our day-to-day. We have a meeting every morning just to chat about what we're all doing, what we've been doing, you know, what the plans are, etc. Actually, it's been a really easy integration. I'm really happy there. I'm really happy there, which is not something I've been able to say ever. It's a very new feeling for me. Like back when I was you know, young, like I was 16, I started working at a fast food joint, then I've worked retail, and then I worked my last company, which was not a good place to work at any point during the years I was there. So for me to be able to say, yeah, I'm enjoying work, I'm very new to that. So I say it's not something I'm taking for granted, particularly in the current climate of redundancies and pay discrepancies and layoffs and so on. But it's a real blessing that I've managed to fluke my way into. Obviously nothing is certain, nothing's set in stone until such time as I pass the probation, but all my feedback's been really good. My meetings with my like supervisors and stuff have been really good, so I think it's going to be absolutely fine. And that you know, it doesn't like counteract how bad this year's been, but it does take the edge off the end of it, which is very, very nice. It's nice to end the year on a positive, you know. And now we're heading into 2024, which is crazy to say out loud, but we are. I can't wait. I'm really excited. If this job works out as it seems to be, I'm really excited about what the future is going to hold, what 2024 is going to be like. I've got all these plans. Things I need to do, things I want to get done, all the damage from the last few years to be undone in terms of like my life and my health and everything else. It's really exciting. So I don't know what you guys are planning for 2024, what you're excited for. For me, I mean, I don't set any New Year's resolutions because A, I find them a bit tiresome, B, I never stick to them. I think this year I've got a few little focuses and stuff that I'm going to try and work on, keep an eye on, and really just like live at this point. Live instead of survive is the main goal. I can't wait to like, I'm down here in the southwest, my house is good, my bike is good. I'm still looking to get a second bike, whatever that ends up being. I'm going to be looking to get a different car soon. When it gets to summer, I'm going to get out and enjoy where I live. I need to explore Cornwall properly. I need to, you know, make the most of where I live, because I've done all this, I've made this move and done all this hard work to get down here, and it's for nothing if I'm not using it, not enjoying it. It's nothing too like linear or too rigid, but just a general feeling of progression, and I think it's going to be great. Love to hear from you guys. How has your 2023 been? How are you feeling at this point in the winter, and what are you looking forward to next year in 2024? I think everyone's working towards something, right? Today, it's actually quite nice. It's not too bad. It's not too cold. I'm wearing my normal like day-to-day summer gloves. I think it's about 10 degrees today or something like that. When my sat-nav catches up, I might have to pull over in a minute to give it a moment. But I am heading down to Chequered Flag today, Chequered Flag Cafe. It's a little biker meet down on a really inconvenient spot on the A30, on the A38, sorry. So we'll deal with that when we get there. Let me just find a lay-by at some point. The old sat-nav doesn't really like change. But yeah, like this is, I want more days like this. If every day was like this through winter, or most days were like this through winter, it wouldn't be so bad, but it's just, it has rained consistently since about October. It's just a bit bleak, man. It's like that's the downside of the southwest, is like, yeah, we don't really get ice, we don't really get snow, it's not too bad in terms of cold, but we get so much rain. It just needs to be a bit drier, a bit nicer. Let me just pull in here and sort this fucking sat-nav out. Use the old Honda Magna ABS, which is not having any, but the drum brake's so weak it doesn't lock up. I'm going to apologise about the wind noise now, because I'm going to have to open my visor a little bit. I'm fogging up a bit here, but that's okay. Ah, the Magna. Okay, back on track. So yeah, I'm heading down to Chequered Flag. Chequered Flag's a really nice little cafe. You know, they do like all the usual stuff. There's three prongs of the business. You've got the cafe, you've got a clothing retailer in the middle, and then you've got a like a sort of workshop, like bring your bike in and people can help you work on it kind of thing. And like you can borrow tools and stuff. It's a really like quite a nice little setup. It used to be nicer. They, at some point, they built a wall between the cafe and the foods and the clothing section, and it's just spoiled the atmosphere a bit for me. It's just you know, it used to be quite open, quite airy, and you could sit at the tables and enjoy looking at the bikes they have for sale. You could look at the clothing, and now it's all a bit like hemmed in, a bit cramped, a bit, you know, feels a bit claustrophobic in there. There's not very many windows, because it's basically a concrete port cabin. But the purpose of this really is just to get out. I just wanted to be out of the house. I needed to use the bike. The bike's getting all stiff and, you know, complaining about moving. My chain is disgusting. I'm not going to show you that. It's horrible. The bike has dry storage this year, which is nice, unlike last year when my poor long-suffering Bonneville had to deal with just a cover, which was not ideal. That's why my chrome went all rusty, which I was very pissed off about. But that bike's doing good. That's up with the Road Warrior 96, the previous owner of this bike. He's now got my Bonneville. His missus has recently passed her test, and she's going to be driving on it. I think she has actually taken it out already, which is cool. and he's put some really nice mods. He's put some nice saddlebags on, he's put some nice crash bars. Oh, he completely redid the rear suspension because that was like turned out to be completely blown. He undid the damage that Colin Flashman Motorcycles did when they did a crap job servicing it, overfilling the oil and stuff. Love that, thanks for that, boys. But yeah, the bike's doing good. It's a double-edged sword selling it to someone that you know, because like I get to see pictures of it all the time, which is great, but also like I get to like miss it. It's a bit like kind of like letting a friend foster a puppy you've raised, you know. But I think it's better than it just sort of going into the world and disappearing. I like knowing where it ends up. But yeah, bring on summer, man. Bring on spring at least. Bring on better weather, drier roads, consistently dry roads, and more ride outs. I want to explore Cornwall, I want to explore Devon, I want to explore just all over really. I want to make the most of where I live, make the most of my bike. I think I did about like 2,500 miles this year, if that, on the bike. It's a pretty tragic amount really, so definitely want to just get out and ride more. That'll be a lot easier as I start to fix all the stuff in life. Like when I'm happier, more cheerful, it's easier for me to get motivated to get out of the house. You know, as I get healthier and lose weight, it's easier to get into all my fucking clothing because I'm too fat to fit in most of it. I bought such a nice jacket. Like this jacket, you can't see it in the camera because of the angle, but this is the jacket I crashed in on my Kawasaki Versys. So it's got huge like rash marks up the sleeves and up the arms and stuff. You know, pretty like knackered really, but it's the only one I've got that fits me at the moment. And I bought a really nice replacement for it after the crash. But at the time I'd lost a ton of weight. It doesn't fucking fit me now. So I need to get back to where I was at like the end of 2020, back into 2021, before I can make use of that. I'd like to do a little series just kind of exploring and picking like a beach or a little town or a fishing port, whatever, and just going, let's go there, let's see what that's like today. That'd be good for the channel, but it'll be good for me as well, because as much as I'm from the southwest, I'm obviously from Plymouth originally, I don't have a great deal of knowledge really. I've never been one for big miles, so I didn't do a great deal of like riding down to Cornwall, but I used to live in Plymouth. Growing up, we didn't have a car for most of my life, so we couldn't go anywhere. So we never left Plymouth. The exploration series will be as much for me as it will be for you guys. Get to know my turf, get to know my patch, as it were, to utilise this bike. I've got loads of mods planned for this. I did film a mods list video actually of planned mods, but I was doing it ad lib, and I ended up just sort of rambling, much like I have in this one. But I ended up just going, oh, and this, and oh yeah, and also I was gonna, and it became really unwatchable, so I didn't bother editing it. So at some point I'm gonna go out and I'll ride somewhere pretty. I'll go up Kit Hill or somewhere again because that's easy to get to, and then literally just read it off my phone. Like I've got a list of stuff I'm doing and have done. I'll just run through it and talk about the plans. Anyway, I've got all sorts of little bits and pieces. I want to get this this cowl painted. I want to get like various exhausts and saddlebags and panniers and all sorts. So lots of plans. Lots of them are very difficult. Obviously, this bike is extremely rare in this country. This is one of 17 on the road currently of this generation Magna, with about 25 or something in Sawn. So like, there are no parts for it. Like everything has to come from Europe or America or Japan, and all of those options are really expensive now because yay, Brexit. Thanks for that, everyone. Thanks for voting for that one. So yeah, it's just it becomes very, very expensive to do anything for this bike, unfortunately. Like maintenance stuff is fine, I can get oil changes and sprockets and chains and stuff, but when it comes to accessories, there's absolutely nothing, and it really sucks. It really sucks. I never know where the turnaround is here. Here it is. Well, there's Chequered Flag over there. Chequered Flag, good turnout. Look at that, plenty of bikes. So we're going to turn over into the outer lane here and pop a cheeky 180. I'm going to have a burger because I fucking can. It's Christmas. Now I will say this turning is an absolute twat of a turning, as you can imagine. Yeah, you gotta love a cafe with a 70-mile-an-hour entry and exit. And here we are, Chequered Flag Cafe. I love it. It's a beautiful place. Off we go. Should we park in front of the logo for the picture? Let's do that, shall we? Okay, so that's us here at Chequered Flag Cafe. Some lovely bikes, got some lovely food here. As you can see, the cafe, the workshop's at the end there, the cafe's at the front. They've got a few bikes for sale. We've got this AJS, Honda CBR. And still, like, the prices are like reasonable. Like it's not that far off sort of private selling. So yeah, they're not too bad. So nice. I like that. Old CBR. Super Sport 1000F. That's really nice. Vulcan, obviously, they're not bad. They're not bad. These are cheap. I like the Honda. That's cool. It's a custom job. I don't even know what that is, to be honest. Is that the CX500 engine? I'm not even going to try and guess. Nice though. But yeah, here we are. I'm going to go and get some food. I'm going to leave you guys here. So thank you very much for watching. This will be my last video of probably the year, definitely before Christmas. So everyone, you guys have a really nice Christmas, Happy New Year, and I'll catch you all in 2024. Take care and ride safe.